right voice setting. All right. Boom. Okay. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kenneth's One Shot. I'm going to explain sort of the background or the not necessarily rules, but what will be going down for tonight. So this will be about 50 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how everything goes and how much you decide to role play and give
How
back.
bad I roll.
Or how bad you roll, it's all up to you. You do what you feel comfortable. If you don't want to role play too much, then it will go by faster. But if you really start feeling it, then we can start vibing off each other. This will be a little railroady than the typical sessions where I might kind of force certain things to happen, or I won't ask for roles that I might traditionally ask for. Or granted,
Randomly. All good.
yeah. So yeah. I see what you did there. It took me like just a second to understand what just occurred, but yeah. So
Unfiltered horny Chris in this one shot.
yeah. So expect a little bit of that, right? And yeah. So we can get started. Alrighty. All right. So, are you ready, Mr. Cavoli?
Born ready.
Alrighty. So, thump thump. Thump thump. The sound of your heartbeat feels almost overwhelming as the dull thunder in your chest seems to be growing louder with every beat. The single drop of sweat rains down from your scalp and drips over your eyelashes, like the morning dew on the grass. You feel the impossible tension in your hands, a feeling you've grown quite used to over the years. As you stare down past the tip of your arrow, and your eyes focus in on the deer about 100 or so yards away. Its long antlers flowing backwards past its face. White spots sprinkle its large brown body. Slow and steady, Kenny. Feel your arm and the arrow become one. That's it. Tune your breathing to your heartbeat and let everything else slip away. It's just you and the bow. All right, I'm going to need you to roll for an attack.
This is a 21 hit.
A 21 does hit. With a deep breath,
Rolled a 13.
everything grows still. Even the thumping in your chest melts away as you focus in on the single point of the deer's throat. The arrow spins through the air, seemingly slowing down as it goes clean through your mark. The deer drops instantly, effortlessly and painlessly. Excellent work, my boy! You've come so far. I think you might be a better shot than your pops now.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, come on, that was excellent.
Thanks. Thank you.
Alrighty, let's get down.
Wow.
Let's get closer.
Yeah.
You see Alan Allenson, your father. His messy, short, dark red hair pulled back into a mini bun, with a few strands
Dad
slipped
was
out.
Alan too?
Yeah.
What a lineage.
His short, dark hair pulled back, or dark red hair pulled back in a bun, with a few strands slipping out, dangling over his face. His soft brown eyes looking at you with a warmth similar to a kindling fire. The wrinkles around his eyes show he is someone who smiles often. Alan jumps down from the thick branch you two were sitting on, his familiar tattered patched cloak getting snagged on a branch as he jumps down. You hear a small tearing noise as it hits the forest floor below. Shit, Kenny. Why didn't you tell me it was caught on a branch?
I didn't see. I was focused.
Well, your mother's seen this cloak through thick and thin. And what's one more patch amongst the hundreds?
Nothing Mom can't fix, right?
I know, she works her magic, certainly. And who knows, maybe when I move on from this earth, you'll inherit this good old tattered cloak from mine.
Don't say that. That makes me still smiling because of good shot.
Yeah. Well, regardless. He pats you on the back as he begins heading towards the fallen prey. He begins swiftly moving amongst the trees, where you find yourself always being surprised by the absence of sound from your father's movements amidst the forest floor. Keep up, and if I can hear you coming, you're the one that has to skin it tonight. Why don't you roll stealth for me?
Come on, Kenny. No need to roleplay chores.
Woo! Rolling high.
I'm back, baby. I'm back. I get nervous. I'm a shy peer. I get nervous in front of a crowd.
High rolling tonight. Let's go.
No,
all right.
Don't speak of this. No one can know that I actually roll well.
You begin to follow suit. You take your father's footsteps, and you expertly move and dodge the leaves and the twigs on the ground. You were born in this forest, and you know how to move around quickly and without making a single noise. As you get closer to the deer, you notice the creature is much more beautiful from this closer position. What you thought were just white spots were in fact intricate patterns of white, flowing with the brown fur surrounding it. The patterns shimmering in the sunlight peeking through the trees. This one is a Feldrin spotted deer. I'm a little bit surprised, though. They're up in the mountains, usually.
It's beautiful. Should I feel bad?
Of course not. This is the natural way of things. As long as we properly respect it, it's what happens in nature.
Mm-hmm. I don't mean to be. I'm never gonna be disrespectful. I don't know. It's just beautiful.
It is. You see these white patterns? Well,
yeah.
They glow a vibrant gold when night falls. They say the bright glow is meant to scare away the predators. It seems like dancing lights in the night.
Wow.
Well, whatever the reason it came this far, I'm glad we were here to see it.
Yeah, me too.
You see him kneel down, kind of looks at the deer for a moment and crouches beside it, and he rests his hand along the fur, kind of gently rubbing his hand on the fur. And you hear him sort of quietly say, "May the mother return your soul to the great forest Hayden, where your spirit may rest free from the perils of this world." You see him close his eyes for a moment. Always remember that as rangers, it is our job to respect the animals and the life we take solace in. We must help preserve the balance and maintain the cycle as best we can. This is all stuff you know, of course. You are my son, and we've been doing this for years, but it's always good to remember.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, you see he brushes his hands as he kind of stands up. Time to lug this beautiful creature back home. I can already taste your mother's famous meat stew right now. He licks his lips a little bit. You see him hoist up the deer by the antlers as you do the same from the back. The animal is quite heavy, and you feel the dense fur pressing into the side of your head as you carry it like a large log. Alrighty, Ken, you know the way home?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. You take point. I want to see how quickly you can lead us back.
You sure? You're the one carrying the front of the deer.
Come on. And he kind of starts spinning around as you sort of
Are you
lead
sure
the
it's
front.
not bad luck to bring a deer in butt first?
You know, you bring up a good argument, but I want to see if you can get home.
Mm.
You know, you're not going to be living with us forever. So,
Oh, I know. Or am I?
alrighty.
I got this. I can do it.
I know you can. Why don't you roll for a nature check?
Boy.
With advantage.
With advantage. 16 on the first roll. 14 on the second. 16.
Yeah, you know where you're going. You might miss a little, slight turn or two that would have been optimal, but you know where you're
I'm
going.
not out here min-maxing.
As you begin making your way through the forest, you begin to take one slightly wrong turn, and your father goes, "Ah!" And you go,
Sorry. I thought I was in the right place.
"Yeah, no. Good course correction. Good course correction." Alrighty. You guys make your way through the forest.
Close.
You begin to enter the outskirts of the town. The familiar buzzing you've grown up with returns. As you and Alan carry the deer through the town, the bees begin to seemingly dance around you as if welcoming you from your hunt. They like you today, huh, Ken?
I guess. I get distracted and the deer starts to slide and I have to catch.
Whoa!
Sorry. One tickled me.
Well, how lucky are we to get a welcoming return of this variety, huh?
The best kind of a welcome party.
Maybe I'll make some honey and bread while we wait for the stew. He gives you a wink and kind of holds his free hand out as a bee comes and rests on his finger.
That'd be sweet.
As you guys make your way through town, a familiar figure steps out from one of the side buildings. Well, if it ain't the Allison men, as you see as Ned tips his hat, exiting from his tavern.
Ned.
Howdy, Ned. Kenneth got himself here a fine piece of game out a few miles from here. Well, shit. Give me any extra meat for the patrons, will you? It looks like it could feed a whole town.
We will.
Wonderful, wonderful. Will do, Ned. Tell your son we both said hello. And Ned kind of nods again. Yep. He's out lifting for the Hunting Brews right now. They got him lifting heavy. So here's to staying healthy. Goodbye for now.
Bye.
He kind of nods off and begins walking off. Your dad kind of goes, well, wonderful guy, huh?
Be something. Okay.
Beautiful tavern. You know, we don't get much outside folks, but at least there's someone there to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just feels like home. Right home.
I know. Beautiful town. I'm glad we stayed here. I'm glad you're growing up here. Well, you wave to a few more townsfolk as you walk by, and finally arrive at home sweet home. Your father lets out the soft groan as he sets the deer down. All right, set her down here for now. Nice haul, huh? Thought I might lose you there for a bit, but growing bones are a little stronger than they look.
Mm-hmm. Not that strong.
Let's get inside.
But my strength modifier is like what? 0.
Your dad opens the door and immediately shouts, Where are my sweet little bees? In a booming voice. Instantly you hear, Papa! Papa! As your younger sisters, Tris and Philippa, run to greet him. How my girl's been this fine day? As he picks him up in both of his arms as they raise up. You see Philippa kind of go, Tris took my dolly and put honey on it. And then Tris goes, Nuh-uh, that's a lie. Philippa starts angrily grinning at, or not grinning, angrily teething at Tris. As your dad goes, now, why don't you go and wash the honey off, Tris? Tris goes,
Yeah.
Fine.
Stick my tongue out of both of them.
Philippa kind of turns and sticks her tongue out at you. Kenny! As she immediately puts her tongue back in her mouth as her father, as your father sets the girls down. They run over and kind of hug your legs.
I give them both little noogies.
Did you get any monsters?
No monsters, just the most beautiful deer. You won't believe the fur.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's
really.
it look like?
Oh, I'll show you soon. I promise.
Okay. Is it still alive?
No. Tragically, we found it already dead. It was sick. We made it back.
Oh, that's so sad.
But we took care of it.
I hope it will be okay.
It will. Don't worry. And
as this was all going down, you kind of hear Rufus sitting back behind the table go, you guys couldn't hit anything today, huh?
Rufus, shut up.
How do you shut up?
Shut up.
He kind of does.
I got it all by myself.
Oh, really now?
Dad gave me like directions, but like it was all me.
I'm sure. I totally believe you. As he kind of rolls his eyes and looks away.
Whatever.
Now, Rufus, your dad chimes in. Kenneth brought us dinner tonight and for the next few nights. So why don't you suck up a little bit to him, huh?
Yeah, doofus. Rufus.
Whatever. Hey, where are the twins, Rufus? And where's Ma? Cersei and Kiara are working at Ned's for the evening, cleaning after some patrons for some small coin, and Mom's at the Haunting Brews. Why is she at the Haunting Brew? Before he finishes his sentence, suddenly the front door bursts open. Standing in the doorway is the familiar but scary 6'6" man, bursting with muscle, with his long brown mullet in deep 5 o'clock shadow as he stands in the doorway. He makes a quick survey of the room as if scanning for threats. Heath, what are you doing in my home? He trails off as Heath steps aside, letting your mother inside. Her long red hair tied up in a very thick bun. You can see her forehead is tattered with sweat, and her face is looking frantic. In her arms is a small bundle of clothing. Alan, get the kids and head to their room now. You've never seen this look on her face before, as it fills you with almost immediate anxiety. Kenneth, come now, your father motions. No, I need his help, your mother quickly explains as she walks towards her medical room. A tall, slender figure follows her through the door. The black fur coat falls to the floor, reeking wealth. The jet black, shiny hair clearly visible now, as Maven Honningbrew strides in through the door. Her face, illuminated by the light, shows the snow-white skin and perfectly dolled up appearance. Except this time, you notice, instead of the venomous stare that would turn anyone who'd look into stone, it shows a hint of emotion you've never seen before. Worry. She doesn't even turn to look at you as she closely follows your mother into the room. Heath turns and slams the front door and posts up next to the room that they went into and turns around as if guarding it from any further entry. You hear from behind the door, "Kenneth, please come now."
Okay. What's going on?
You walk up to the door and Heath's kind of standing there in front of the door, not kind of letting you budge, his arms crossed.
Heath. Just look at him briefly.
He's going to kind of stop
Very
you.
awkward.
He's going to kind of like grab your shoulders and kind of put you back in front of him. No one gets through.
Needs my help.
A moment passes as you kind of hear a voice from behind the door. "Let him through." Heath kind of steps to the side immediately and opens the door for you. "Honey, stay by the door, please, okay?" As you kind of enter the doorway a little bit, your mom's is, you can see she's a little bit frantic. "Okay, listen to me real carefully. I need you to make a thimble potion, as I taught you, okay? I don't have the ingredients in here, but they should be in the cupboard outside. Do you remember the ingredients?"
Yeah,
Why don't you roll for medicine for me?
I know a thing or two. I really hope this roll goes well for Kenneth.
I will say roll with advantage. Oh,
First roll was an
shoot. Wow.
18.
Have you had a roll below fucking 13? All right. Double roll. 18.
Meant to be.
You do remember, it is an ounce of thimbleweed, an ounce of Gallard's flour, and a pinch of yarn root. A pinch. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pinch of yarn root, thimbleweed, thimble, and then yarn flour. The flour.
Yes.
It's all out there.
Yes. You also remember there is a particular order this needs to be made in, as the ingredients need to be put in with the flour first, the weed second, and then the root. And it has to be mixed with a medium pace for it to get congealed, and then added to a slight bit of water.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right. You head outside to the main room and open the cupboard and find the ingredients quickly. You begin brewing and mixing. And after a few moments, you have a green, congealed, slimy liquid that seems like it could be eaten, and it looks correct.
I think this is it. I feel like Mom's looks more green. That's have to do.
All right. You hear from the back room. "Did you get it?"
Right here.
"All right. Great. Don't give it to me. Just leave it on the table next to me, please."
Okay. And sets it down. He looks for a good spot for the little beaker. Doesn't see one, so he runs back out, grabs a little stand for it, and sets it back down.
Okay. "Thanks so much, sweetie." You catch Maven's cold stares. She eyes the vial you set on the table. "Are you sure the boy made it correct, Penelope?" "Of course I did. I raised him."
I did.
You kind of see Maven just quickly just ignore you and just watching Penelope closely. You now see from the doorway that the bundle of cloth your mother was holding was in fact a baby. Except something was very wrong. The baby's skin was dark blue all over, as if completely void of oxygen. But oddly, you could still see the baby was breathing. Your mother quickly takes the vial and starts to drip the liquid down the throat of the baby. "Come on, Gretel. Come on, drink up, drink up. Penelope moves her arm as if to shake the sweat off her face, but suddenly quickly puts it down as if remembering something, and shakes her head violently instead to get the sweat off. A few moments pass, but the baby starts to shake violently. Fuck. She glances at you quickly. Kenneth, wait outside now.
But do you need any more help?
Go!
Okay. Nervously, I open the door that I know Keith is on the other side of.
Heath quickly closes the door behind you as you kind of find yourself and Heath just sort of waiting out in the room. A few minutes pass. They seem incredibly long. You find yourself sweating now too as you suddenly feel something very bad is about to happen. A few more moments pass. And suddenly you hear uncontrollable wailing coming from inside the room. You catch a moment of sadness even in Heath's face. After what seemed to be an hour, the door violently opens as Maven's gaze meets yours. Gone is the pampered white face, and it has been replaced by a deep red color filled with anger and despair. If looks could kill, she would have killed you on the spot. What did you give my baby?
Simple root potion. It's just a general.
She quickly runs up to you and slaps you across the face. You killed her. Heath, kill this man. Quickly, Penelope grabs Maven and says, No, stop. It was not Kenneth. As Heath kind of picks you up by your shirt, as kind of your feet are kind of dangling off the floor. Maven, it was not Kenneth. I promise you, he made it perfectly, as good as I would. There's no way. You pointy-eared freaks killed my baby. Maven, please. I'm sorry. I did everything I could. The disease had progressed too far. We were too late. I'm sorry. It wasn't Kenneth. If it wasn't Kenneth, then it was you. No, I didn't do anything wrong. I swear. I did everything I could. This disease is very dangerous. Please, believe me. I don't believe you for a second. Kenneth, whatever you say for yourself.
Yeah, I just start.
At this point, you see kind of your father come out from the room alone. What's going on here? Maven kind of looks at him and says, Your son just killed my baby. Well, I'm sure there's been a mistake. I want him gone. What do you mean gone? I want him out of Rosewood. Permanently. Maven, I'm sure there can be something we can discuss here. What exactly happened? Penelope goes, Maven, please. This is incredibly... Let's mourn the loss of your child. Let's not take it out on someone who has nothing to do with this. No! I'm convinced he has something to do with it. He's gone now. As Heath starts to kind of pick you up and shove you towards the door, Penelope's quickly runs over to Heath and starts grabbing at his shoulders, but this man is strong. He's not letting go.
Can I spit on Keith?
Of course, you can do anything.
Can I let one go real quick? See if he'll drop me.
Where are you spitting?
Well, if he's holding me up by his arms, don't see why I wouldn't spit at his face.
Okay. You let out a as it splashes across Heath's eyes. He kind of looks at you and slams you into the wall next to the door frame. Stop! Penelope kind of yells out as your dad kind of goes, "Unhand him, please." Maven goes, "He's gone tonight. By midnight, if he's not gone, your whole family will be vacated." As Heath kind of throws you out the door on the grass, you can kind of hear some more wailing from Maven inside the room as Penelope and your father, Alan, kind of run out to the grass to kind of get you. Maven kind of comes out holding this bundle of cloth with her baby in it as her and Heath quickly walk away as she yells in the back, "Midnight, or I swear you'll all feel the wrath of the hunting brews," as they quickly disappear from view. "My lord, Kenny, are you okay?" "I'm so terribly sorry." "I know it wasn't you. You made it perfectly, just like I taught you." As she kind of has a few tears in her eyes.
What's happening?
Your father kind of looks at Penelope and holds her shoulders. "What happened?" "Well, Maven's baby little girl. She caught the stir. It's a horrible disease that I've seen in my days. You can see now that her arms are bare. She's kind of torn off the clothing on her arms at some point. You didn't notice. It's terribly infectious, and it has a very high kill rate. And it took her baby. I tried to do everything I could, but it was too late for her. Well, I don't know what we're going to do. We can't just have Kenneth leave." "No. Maybe we all leave. We have to stick together." "I don't know."
What about what's gonna happen?
"I don't know." They kind
I'm
of
scared.
stare at the floor. "I know. I am too."
We didn't do everything.
"I know." You feel overwhelming worry overtake your body as everything seems to kind of tunnel vision, as you feel your vision growing blurry with stress. And then suddenly, you wake up. You are now resting alongside Brennan, Vitalium, and Desmea. The night has just passed, or not passed. The night is ongoing. You have just fought in combat with the soldiers on the road.
Yeah.
Killing them has made you feel distressed. It's the first time you've had to truly take or participate in taking human life. And although you know that it was for self-defense and you had to do it, it still doesn't sit right with you. You notice that Brennan and Desmaya are fast asleep. And Vitalium, off far away, appears to be so deep in thoughts, doesn't even notice that you're up in this sentry mode. You can't help but feel like you have to do something that you're good at. Do something that your father has taught you. As this vividly real dream, which was real, has reminded you that whenever you feel stressed or worry, that you want to go for a hunt. It's at this moment that you realize and remember that Gorov needed some vultures to be taken care of. Now, the party has decided to not go on this journey and not take this quest from Gorov. But you do remember the location that he said that the cattle were being eaten from. And you feel an overwhelming urge to want to do something and get rid of these vultures yourself, as you don't think the party will have time to. And you can't sleep the rest of the night, so certainly this will be a good use of your time.
I know what I'll do. This should be a good use of my time. I'm off.
Why don't you roll for stealth for me?
Stealth?
Yeah.
Hot hand knows at some point.
An 8. As you begin to arise, you do notice Vitalium kind of looks at you for a brief moment and kind of nods his head as he just assumes that you're going for a bathroom break.
Because I tell him I'm taking a bath.
Kind of nods and resumes kind of his vacant sentry mode that you've grown accustomed to, however creepy it is. And you set off. Now, why don't you roll a perception check for me?
Sounds good.
Let me close the blind.
Just in general, as a hunter, hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Just generally hunting, I would know that, like, especially vultures, like, it's like they nest high, they roost quite high. I'd be looking for an increase in elevation if possible.
Any elevation?
Yeah, just any general rise to roll to 15.
Okay, yeah. About 20 to 30 minutes pass as you make your way past the town of Yunheim into some of the farmlands directly bordering Yunheim itself. You begin making your way along the direction that Gorov did give the group. And you do notice that you're approaching the destination quickly. And you do hear faint cawing of a bird. As quickly comes into view, you do see a few vultures where Gorov said they would be. And currently they're picking on a now dead cow that they recently have killed.
Something already died. Okay.
It is around 2 a.m. The moon is shining bright. And this allows you to get a vantage point on this vulture that you see. There's a mini hill with a tree and a few bushes. Would you like to head up there?
Yeah, I'd like to get in some elevation if possible.
Okay. You kind of perch yourself on this hill and you kind of look down and what you see is a singular vulture kind of pecking at the remaining carcass, and the cow carcass is oddly torn up. It's disgusting, in fact. This singular vulture can't seemingly have possibly done this much damage. Suddenly, out of the tree that you find yourself next to, a ginormous noise comes as a massive vulture swings down and tries to attack you. Alrighty. It's at this moment that the creature will try to roll and attack you. Okay. Let's see. Let's see, Cavoli. Are you frozen for me?
No.
You see, quickly, out of the thin air, an arrow swing by and pierce the vulture. It quickly caws and flies away as 4 more vultures fly out from the tree and fly off into some mini forest area.
They put on their goggles and jump on their hogs.
Alrighty. You now see 2 figures walk up behind you.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello.
I was. Thank you, I think. Hi, I was I'm
I'm Ripley. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
And when you see Ripley, the first thing that stands out is her striking blue skin. And her hair, it looks like a wave where it's just deep blue and the tips are white, just like a wave crashing, with like the sea foam and everything. And she's really small. She's like 4'5", but you recognize that she's also a ranger too. And additionally, she has a cool little companion on her shoulder. It's an octopus. It's weird though, because it has a little tank over his head, just like Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob.
Really?
But it's filled with water, so he can breathe on land. Hello, I'm Ripley. Are you okay?
Yeah, I was gonna put the one and then the others. And now you two. Still have to take it. You don't want that. What's your name?
Oh, I think Steven's frozen.
The stoic type. Oh.
He is the stoic type.
Well, I think those vultures need to be dealt with because they are massive and they are not good for the ecosystem. So let's continue, and we need to hunt them. I hate to put you on the spot, but you're here, and seems like are you a ranger?
Oh, barely.
I'm gonna like reach out and touch his bow. You're a ranger.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I am. Oh. Let's go.
She's gonna
Actually,
squint and be like, "Okay, let's go." And then I guess Steven is
I'm having a lot of IT issues. Sorry, guys.
okay.
We can hear you now, though.
Ah, the stoic type.
My computer just keeps completely blacking out just randomly.
Well, I'm actually not that used to hunting alone, so some companions would be great.
We do have a mission, but as of right now, it's like we might be able to do something about these vultures. Name is Fasha.
Yeah.
And you are?
Let's take care of it.
I'm sorry, I never got your name, sir.
Can you hear him?
I can't hear you.
Not really.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Steven. Turn
Can you
Steven's
hear me?
volume up.
I was talking pretty quietly, too. I can raise my gain, too.
Yeah, raise your gain.
Hey, can you hear me now, Chris?
Yeah, that's perfect.
I
Mr.
said
DM.
your
Do we
name?
log in as Jessica?
Yes. Yeah, login is the same.
Yeah, sorry. I ran. This is like, of course, this is right when I'm getting on my technical issues.
No, it's no problem. Do you want to describe what your character looks like?
Oh God, I gotta make this up on the fly. Oh yeah, so he looks a little familiar in the sense of you've seen a humanoid form with different features. All this one looks very wet, very drippy, I guess you could say. He's got like a short crew cut, pretty larger guy, probably like 6'2" and pretty built. Let me see here, and you can see pretty heavily. I don't want to say like heavily armored because it's not like chest plate or anything, but like it's still like leather armor. But someone who's intending to take a fight. Now, you do see on his 2 short swords and a bow on his back, and just sort of bluish skin as well.
Alright.
I'm trying to deal with my. That's like 5 things right now.
I see.
Walking into Foundry.
Alrighty. So as you guys, the 3 of you are up on this hill, you see the vultures head off into a mini forest clearing. Why don't all of you... Nice popping off. Why don't all of you roll perception for me? And then also roll a nature check for me.
10 on nature, 22 on perception.
Perfect. Kenneth has been rolling.
No, don't tell them that. They can't know.
Ooh, natural 20 perception. And a 10 on nature.
That's the same. You guys just had the same rolls.
Oh,
That's funny.
so 24 for perception.
Perfect. Steven, are you able to roll or no? Esteban? Is he frozen again? He's
Yeah.
frozen again. All right. Let's just go off your guys' rolls. You do see as the vultures fly off, Ripley and Kenneth, you're able to perfectly follow their trail. Would you guys like to follow suit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The 3 of you begin expertly wandering through the forest. The 3 rangers that you are, this is your wheelhouse. You guys track them. Although it's a little hard in the dark, you kind of look up and you try to track the branches that are cracked and the leaves that might have fallen. And after a bit, you lose them for a second, but you find them again. And you
Awesome.
come to...
Wait.
Oh, go.
I think I got him.
Keep up, Kenneth. You're slowing down a little bit.
You're right. Let's go.
Okay,
I got this.
lead the way, Vasha says. You guys come into a clearing where there's quite a few dead things on the floor. Bones and pieces of fur scattered across this sort of mini gathering of trees. And you do see the vultures in front of you. 2 ginormous vultures kind of land on the ground and "Rawr!" and they caw out as 3 other mini vultures kind of land beside them and start trying to like pick at the bones and pick them off the floor quickly. As you guys come into the clearing, they lock eyes on you. I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative.
Initiative.
Ooh.
That is a 17.
Is Savantanya?
Thought I clicked on it in a second. What do I need to click on? Oh wait, do I go to combat?
Yeah, you go to the combat tab.
Oh!
I rolled a fuck yeah.
Is that a natural 20?
That's a nat 20, baby. That's a 2-4. Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Holy crap.
Alrighty,
Wow.
and then Vasha will roll. What did you roll, Ripley?
17. I rolled 17.
17?
17. That's a lot of vultures. Oh no.
Oops. Okay, there we go. Why are there 2 Kenneth Allensons?
I don't know. I saw that though. I see 3, to be honest.
Let's
I see 3 as well.
let's restart that. Okay, there we go.
Oh shit, I see 5 vultures though. That's not fun.
20. What it was? What was it for you? 23, right, Kenneth?
24 for Kenneth.
24. Blimey.
Shit. Can you change mine to 17?
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
You need to reroll.
Uh, 2024. There we go.
24.
21. And the Vasha will be a 5. Alrighty. Kenneth, you're up first.
All right. Well, think what I'm going to do is looking out. I'm going to see a lot of them, knowing just what to do, and there are a lot of them. I'm going to take deep breaths, just like my dad always told me. And I'm going to breathe in nice and deep, but this time doing something a little bit different. I'm going to, kind of punch down a little bit with my fist as I draw the arrow, and a scatter of bees are going to come out.
Oh my god. Where did... Oh, are we... I'm gonna look for a beehive.
And then I'm going to... So Hail of Thorns works the next time I hit a target, hit a creature with a ranged weapon, and attack before the spell ends. The spell creates a rain of bees that sprouts from your weapon or ammunition. In addition, the normal effect of the attack, the target of the attack. Should I just punch it in?
Yeah, just click it in. So that way we can read it.
How do I just click it in? Do I have to hit the roll?
Yeah, you hit the roll. You can hit the image of the spell as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to be targeting this guy. And then... Wait. I'm targeting the big one. I'm gonna cast Hail of Thorns. Cast at level 1. So do I have to roll to hit first before I cast?
Let
I
me
think
see.
I have to roll to hit first.
Hail of Thorns. The next time you hit a creature, it is a bonus action. So you can use your bonus action as this and then roll an attack separately.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do it simultaneously. So even if the arrow misses, there's still bees on delivery.
Okay, yeah. So why don't you roll to attack?
Yep. So I'm looking down the big one. Take a deep breath. I see it kind of staring at me, and I'll let one go.
Let him rip.
It's 25.
25 does indeed hit.
Sweet. So I roll for damage on the big one.
Yeah.
I do 8 piercing to it,
8 piercing.
and then as the arrow's leaving, just a spiral formation of bees, like kind of flying in a helix formation, almost making the arrow more accurate. They kind of just charge all in together. And I'll consume a cast at level 1 spell slot. Now it's a save DC of 12. I think.
It rolled a 19, so it fails.
It does?
Yeah. So as you shoot your arrow and the bees following it, the arrow rains true and the vulture as it kind of flaps as it's hit with the thing. But as it gets hit, it kind of immediately kind of like moves its wings, and the bees kind of like swing past it and kind of miss their attack in combination with it.
All right.
Yeah,
Does it hit the
still
one?
half damage, even if it fails.
Oh yeah, it takes half damage. So some of the bees miss, but one of the bees finds its kind of stinger true. So why don't you roll for what was the damage? Why don't you roll for the damage?
It's 1d10.
Yeah. So click the damage button. Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh my god,
Oh my.
Chris!
So that's 4.
Jess, you
4.
literally rolled a 100 at the end of last session, winning $50 US.
Yeah, that's true.
Nice.
I think this one just catches it in the air.
All right. Will that be the end of your turn?
No, but does Hail of Thorns hit any of these other? This one's like, I can't tell its range. This is the one in front of it, like within 5 feet. Is it creature within the target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet? I'll make a dex throw. Are either of these within 5 feet?
Yeah. So if you drag the measurement thing right to the
Yeah, that's 10.
so it's 10 feet away to get to the, yeah. So it's, that one's without a range.
Okay, no worries. Interesting. I thought that was a bigger range.
It is 5 feet within a 5 feet.
That's interesting. Could have sworn it was like 10. Maybe thinking of fairy fire. Okay. I'm good. I'm good where I am.
Okay. Then when you're done with your turn, you can end your own turn, remember? By hitting the arrow.
Yes. I wasn't looking at the combat. But
Alrighty. One of the giant vultures kind of crows itself as it kind of flaps its wings, and it is going to let's
where's
see.
the fifth one?
And it's gonna fly. Do you not see them all?
I see 4. I see one big one. I see this one. I see this one. I see that one. I see that one.
That's 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's 1, 2. There's 3 minis and there's 2 big ones.
Oh, there's 2 big ones like on top of each other?
No. Oh, here. Then maybe I need to add this one in.
I see it.
You see it?
Mhm.
It's right here.
Sure.
Yeah. Why don't you refresh your page?
One's not. Okay.
It is going to fly over to Vasha and it will. Oops. I hate I hate when I do this on accident. And it will use its.
Oh, whoa.
It will try to fly straight into Vasha with its beak.
Vasha, that's me.
Oh, is this you?
No, wait, that's Vasha. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was Vasha. And it rolled a 9, so it misses Vasha. As it kind of pegs Vasha, kind of dodges out of the way and swings its. And the vulture tries to swing its wing at it as well, trying to hit him with its claws, which it will also miss. Vasha's kind of quick on his feet, so he dodges out of the way from its claw and its sharp beak. Ripley, it is now your turn.
I'm going to look towards Kenneth and I'm going to be like, if you calm your emotions, you will hit things better. In not a rude way, but truly in like a mentorship way.
Thank you.
And I'm going to. Sorry, you were going to say something?
I was gonna say, I mean, still hit the thing.
I'm talking more about the hail of thorns. I'm going to. This is the uninjured one.
Yes, they're all uninjured
Am I-
except the other big one that Kenneth hit.
Am I in combat technically?
Yes.
Like engaged with that one?
It is within 5 feet of you. What are you trying to do? How about that?
I just want to stealth around and flank it.
I would say it's focused on Vasha right now. So yeah, you could move around. It might get an opportunity to attack on you on accident though. Its fluff of wings might hit you.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna stealth away.
Okay, so its wings will before you move, let me do this. Its wings. Okay, so as you move away, its wings flapping, trying to get Yasha will miss you.
Yasha?
Yeah, it's trying to hit Yasha will miss you as you kind of stealth away from it.
Vasha, you mean? Yeah.
Vasha. Yes. I keep saying
Okay,
Yasha.
I'm going to. First, you're gonna see me remove the tank from my octopus's head, and I'll be like, Pathfinder, do your thing. And he's going to let out a tiny, he's gonna let out like an ink cloud directed at the giant vulture that I am targeting now. And that's going to be Hunter's Mark.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark at 2nd level. And I'm going to close my eyes, breathe out, and also hit him.
What if you close your eyes?
Shoot an arrow. Where's my D20? Sorry, Alex, you took my character, so I literally can't roll. I can't use the character sheet.
Wait, what?
On D&D Beyond, you like claimed it as yours, so I.
Oh, yeah.
can't do-
Well, roll in Foundry.
Oh wait, this is a 1D. Oh wait, I'm doing for. I don't have. Where's the character sheet?
What?
Oh, you like? Oh, cool.
So you can cast Hunter's Mark in your sheet, and it will consume a spell slot for you.
Yes. Okay. Does a 15 plus 9, 24 hit? Okay, I'm going to shoot one arrow.
Indeed.
It will take 10 points of damage, piercing. And then I'm going to rearrange myself and also shoot another arrow. Does a 14 plus 9, 23 hit.
Indeed. Are you adding your hunter's mark damage as well?
No, I'm adding it then.
Okay.
So then it takes another 11 points of damage, and then Hunter's Mark will add another 6 points of damage.
Excellent. As you see Ripley fire 2 quick arrows at the vulture attacking Vasha. The arrows rain true, and they kind of one hits the chest, and one kind of goes through the wing as the vulture goes and falls to the ground dead.
Oh. Cool.
Good shot.
You know, if you calm your emotions, that seemed to be what helped me the most.
Yeah. Sweet.
And of course, little Pathfinder over here, he's my companion and my buddy. You can see like a tentacle go like. Well, concentrate. We still have 4 more left.
Yeah. And afterwards, tell me what that thing is.
It's an
Kenneth has
octopus.
never seen an octopus before.
Okay.
Do you want to end your turn, Ripley?
Yes, sorry. Oy. I ended it.
All right. The vulture that Kenneth, you hit with your arrow, the vulture locks eyes with you and immediately flies over about 40 feet and lashes out.
Oh, wait. Can I do one more thing during my turn?
No, because your turn
Okay.
passed. um,
That showed the baby.
and it will
Shoulder.
lash. It will charge you. Its wings kind of going in a tight against its body as it kind of dive bombs you with its beak looking very sharp, coming straight at you. Does a natural 20 hit? Oh God, you guys. Let's go, dude. You take 12 points of piercing damage
That's not bad.
as you were extraordinarily lucky as this thing rolled a natural 1 on its damage.
What did I do health again?
You click your token, hit enter, and then just type in the number, and then hit enter again. Did you get it?
So, did I do it?
You hit -6, which actually is adding health. So just hit 6 straight. Just click your token, enter 6, enter.
I don't think that's working, man.
Okay, then right click your token. You see that number below 26? Below your token? Subtract 6 from that number.
Wait,
Yeah,
no, I'm not seeing anything underneath.
If you right click your token,
Yeah,
Wait.
subtract 12
yeah.
by 4. Okay. I have to do a save at Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, so hit that button. Hit the save. Click the button right there, yeah. 13, so you succeed. The beak
I
kind
also
of...
accidentally cast a spell
Huh?
and used an arrow.
It was loading because that's what it did for when you first attacked.
Are you sure? It looks like I used it in rolls. It looks like I cast Hunter's Mark. So I have 1 out of 3 spell slots left, and I'm down an arrow.
Okay, then just add the spell slot back and add an arrow back.
I
If
don't
it
do that.
if it accidentally did it twice.
Or the next time you cast a spell, just have it
Uncheck
just
uncheck the consume a
use
spell
spell
slot.
slot thing.
I get there's a hunter's mark effect on you for some reason. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the beak plunges into your mid chest section, not hitting anything vital, but it kind of hits you kind of square and it draws blood. And it's gonna try to claw you with talons as it kind of picks back up its beak. Does a 23 hit?
Oh, it attacked again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be 10 slashing damage.
What? Almost down.
There's a 9.
A 9. Oh, it removed it automatically. That's nice. Okay. So a 9. So you fail your hunter's mark. So your bees, they were still swarming around the vulture that's attacking you. They now kind of recede and come back to you.
Okay. Well,
All right.
I didn't also really cast Hunter's Mark. I cast Hunter's Mark on accident.
No, but the original hunter's mark stays.
I never cast Hunter's Mark in the first place. I just cast it.
Oh, then that save DC stuff was just fake.
Okay.
And that will end its turn. Vasha kind of steps up and goes, Kenneth, watch out! And he's gonna attack the vulture next to you. And let me see for a moment what Vasha has, because I didn't know what it was doing. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, Vasha will throw out kind of his arm and say, "Let's get this thing." And he's going to cast Hunter's Mark on the vulture that just attacked Kenneth. At first level. And he will shoot his bow and draw an arrow and shoot his bow at the vulture. Which will... 14, and it does 8 damage plus 6 Hunter's Mark for, what is that, 14?
14.
As he knocks his one arrow and it goes straight through the vulture's eye, as the vulture kind of and falls to the floor as well. Kenneth, are you okay? You look a little beat up. And we'll make sure that we get the rest of these. Make sure you get behind me and Ripley.
Oh, too. Is
Um,
that one dead? Yes, it's cool.
yeah, they're both dead. Both the giant vultures have fallen to the floor. One of the mini vultures is gonna, and it's gonna head over to you, Ripley. And it will try to peck you with its beak incessantly. Does a 21 hit? Jesus Christ.
Yes, a 21 does in fact hit.
These vultures are rolling insanely high. It does 2 points of piercing damage to you.
Rubbish bird.
And that will end its turn. As the other vultures will quickly follow and head over to Ripley, kind of trying to swarm you, Ripley.
Going to swat them away. Make sure that Pathfinder doesn't take any damage.
Does a 12 hit?
No.
So one vulture is kind of trying to peck you and you keep swatting it away and it can't seem to get an opening in. The next vulture will try to be doing the same thing. And it will peck you as well. Does a 13 hit?
No.
No. You're expertly swatting as Pathfinder's kind of sticking his tentacles out and the vultures are kind of going like, what is this thing? And as they're not exactly, they're kind of like, as all their attacks hit. Kenneth, it is your turn again.
All right. Feeling faint. He's gonna kind of just like trying to get a hold of things. But that's actually an attack too, like being so low on health, I guess, metagaming, but like how he's feeling faint. Just a lot of bees are starting to like cascade on his arm. And they're like kind of swarming all over the place. And then as like kind of like goes to draw an arrow, like they almost help him like pull it out. And
That's cool.
he will take aim at fellow over here, and will hit with an arrow. Is a 14 hit?
It does.
So I will also cast Hill of Thorns again, because it will be in range of all three.
Whew.
And I'll also roll for Keeper's extra 1d6. So
target all three of the vultures as you. So hold Alt while you click on them. Or Control. Is it maybe hold Control as you target each one of them? Yeah, there we go. Shift.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to target this one and then roll the damage, and then roll 1d6 and I'll cast Hill of Thorns.
Okay.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Okay. So as Kenneth's letting go, like all of the bees, like there's just like a hum about them all, and it's just very much about protecting the hive.
11
So
points
that
of
one
damage.
Takes
Whew.
11 piercing, 3 piercing, and then will not consume a spell slot because
Yeah, just uncheck it. Yeah.
I then will have to make a DC death saving throw.
So the furthest one succeeds, and then the closest one to you fails, and then the middle vulture, the one that you hit with the arrow, immediately drops to the floor, dead. In one shot, one kill.
So the one closest takes 6 damage, and the one furthest takes 3.
Perfect. Holy moly. As you shoot your arrow, as it
I took our junkler's red buff.
yes, as you shoot your arrow, the middle vulture immediately falls to the ground. How would you like to kill the first vulture with the hail of thorns? How would you like to do that?
So
How would you want to do this?
As the bees are, like my arm is just like covered. You know, have you ever seen pictures of like dudes who are just covered in bees?
Yeah.
My arm just kind of looks like that, but as like I let go, like a whole like glove full flies off, and like they keep like the shape of like a hand as they're starting to, as it flies out, like the 5 like fingers, they kind of like converge into like the back part of an arrow, and they draft the arrow up a little bit. The shot was a little low, and it goes straight through the first bird right across its head, and then the other arrow just swoops right down on top of the other bird's head and begins to bite and sting.
As you see this massive bees quickly take over this vulture, it struggles for a bit, but eventually the bees just go and they release, and the vulture just kind of falls to the floor as well.
Are those bees yours, or should
They're friendly.
I be worried?
I don't know. They're friendly.
Okay.
Quite smart for bees.
Okay.
The bee that was furthest away from Kenneth and right next to you, Ripley, begins to fly away. Would you like to take an opportunity attack on it or let it go?
A bee
Oh,
on a
the
bee?
No.
A vulture.
A vulture.
The vulture.
Better not.
This one. Do you see it moving?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take an opportunity attack. And
Okay.
because in my last one I killed the thing when it had hunter's mark on it, I can move it.
Yes,
onto
you
it.
can. You can move it. Yes.
Yeah,
I did
so
not know
it'll-
that about that ability.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm going to. So you're going to see Pathfinder do another ink cloud towards the one flying away, and it's going to be inked. And so I can thank you, Pathfinder. And then I'm going to shoot at it with a longbow. Oh no!
Dice on the floor. Dice on the floor.
No. That was a natural one.
What's the
10 hit?
modifier?
10.
It's an 11.
It's a no. Plus 9, 10.
Oh, that barely hits. Why don't you roll for damage?
So I can roll the worst roll and still hit.
That's the benefit of a ranger with a bow.
Okay. 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
I'm going to, seeing it like afraid, I'm going to do it in the most, like, in the least painful way possible. So I'm going to just let it be, like, think that it's blinded while it's flying and, like, nothing's going for it, and, like, it'll just pierce right through the heart in a swift death.
As you knock your arrow and you see the bird blotted with the ink from Pathfinder, you release, calm, perfectly steady, as the arrow just goes through the bird and out the end, as the bird just instantly just drops out of the sky and falls to the ground.
Ooh.
Combat
Alright,
is now
Pathfinder.
over.
I'm going
Yeah.
to get the tank out of my backpack, fill it with water from my water skin, and put it back over Pathfinder's head. Thank you, Pathy. And I'm going to walk over to Kenneth and be like, you took quite a beating. Are you okay?
And just a little bit of blood comes out with that cough.
All right.
Half smile and thumbs up comes up.
I'm going to touch Kenneth's shoulder, and Pathfinder is going to crawl up, and he's going to hug you, and that's going to be Cure Wounds. And I will give you, I'll do it at second level. That is 6 plus 1, 7 points of HP. Not that much.
I'm at 11.
Is Vasha going to say anything? Is it just me? Are we going to pretend Vasha's not here?
No, Vasha goes, well, that was a good hunt.
Yeah,
Where,
you guys are something else.
Where did you learn your ranger skills from, though? That's very impressive.
Yes, they were quite good.
Are you part of a guild of any sort, sir?
No, I just hunted with my dad. I'm from a town nearby, but I'm out on my own now, so I'm just kind of making a name for myself. Thankfully, I got some friends with me.
Well, your dad
They-
knows his stuff.
Are
He's
they
something,
here?
isn't he?
Where are your... why are you alone if you have friends?
Ah. I couldn't sleep, but also, then a couple bees pop out. These guys are friends too.
My lord, how are you getting them to follow you?
I fully explain it, still kind of learning myself, but that last bit there felt kind of fight or flight. So, but they're here with me, and they're something. They're my main phone.
Wonderful.
And
I understand
where are you? Where are you from? What brings you here?
You first, Ripley.
This is actually my home, and I don't know if you heard, but in Cradle Bay, the coral there is dying, and it seems like you're not familiar with the, forgive my pronunciation, DM, Venostatera?
Venostrata.
Venostrata. Do you know what the Venostrata Guild is?
Holy shit! I'm taking so many notes. You're from what now?
I'm from Cradle Bay, but Venostrata is the guild. Do you know? Are you familiar? Have you ever heard?
I typed it in the
no.
out of character chat.
She's in the Penis Bay Guild.
Penis Bay.
Penis State Terra.
I'm.
I just copy pasted, and whatever copy pasted, it was just the word IKEA.
What?
I couldn't even begin to describe.
I've never come across a ranger that has never heard of the Venus Strata Guild, but anyways, they sent us here because the coral was dying, and I happen to be a professional in sea ecosystem life, and we are a guild that ensures that ecosystems are balanced and not being threatened by anything.
Yes, of course. We, since you haven't heard of the guild, I would imagine that you wouldn't know much of what we do, but as a ranger yourself, I recommend you try to visit us one time. We have various sections of our guild across Varum as a continent. Each nation, in fact, has their own sect of the guild. And as my friend Ripley here, it's we fix disasters in the ecosystems, and we make sure that animals and the sorts remain in healthy conditions and have wonderful homes and habitats to go back to.
I can get behind that. I'm still trying to figure out where these bees are gonna be, so they need a home.
Oh, really? Do you know where they're from?
Well, I'm originally from Rosewood, but thinks of inhospitable over there.
Oh, really? Where's Rosewood?
Oh, it's just 5 days west.
Is
Was it 5 days
is
west?
it?
Or east?
Yeah, it's 5
East.
days. It's 5 days east.
Okay.
East. Yeah.
Have you ever thought that these bees are, consider you their home?
Well, I thought maybe. I see myself as kind of an apartment, but who knows?
What's an apartment?
Where do these bees even come from? I don't see a hive anywhere nearby.
Yeah, they're just they're not quite, well, they're here. They're in me.
In you?
Yeah. I don't get it either.
Is this magic of sorts?
I think so.
I think so, but even magical creatures have a mind of their own, and if they didn't consider you their home, they would have left. So I would know, because Pathfinder here, he and I have built a relationship that lasts forever, and I can sense that with the bees.
Oh. And he's not even in water. That's how much he likes you.
Well, usually we're near water. I don't know if you can smell, but I smell like a seaweed and the ocean and everything. Yeah, I'm usually closer to the water, but we happened to stumble upon you, and you seemed to be struggling, so I'm glad that we came.
Yes, and these giant vultures, if allowed to get out of hand, could be quite a problem for the livestock and surrounding area. So it's our job as well.
Of course. Well, I don't know if it needs money, but there's a man in town offering a reward for those villagers.
Yes, Yunheim, now. Feel free to take the reward yourselves. Me and Ripley have to head on to Cradle Bay, a few weeks' journey south from here. We can't afford to stop in Yunheim. We've been traveling and camping out in the wilderness. But as you know, as a ranger yourself, the wilderness is just as comfy as an inn.
I do agree with that. Well, I don't know if I'll have time to collect, and honestly, I just feel good making sure that those livestock animals will be in a better place. That's enough of a reward for me.
A good Samaritan, aren't we?
I'm just trying to help.
You'd be perfect for the guild. Vasha kind of takes out this platinum coin with a V on both sides of the coin, and he kind of like takes your hand and he puts it in it. This is a token, and it will get you into the guild and will allow you a membership. Of course, you'd have to go through a bit of training and vetting, because as you would learn more, the guild's it's pretty official stuff. I know that there's a sect, the Trodia sect of the Venesrata Guild is located in Ildahir. So if you ever find yourself in the capital of Trodia, please stop by and give us a visit. I'm sure you could find other sects in other capitals of nations. If that's not if Ildahir is not on your destination anytime soon. But regardless, please turn this token in and see what it's about. A ranger like you and the skills that you have, it could be some potential.
Wow, this is awesome. Ripley, for you. And Kenneth is going to take off his hysterical, stupid neck of crab teeth. And he's going to gift it to her. I was told these come from desert crab teeth. Desert crab? Was it a crab from the desert?
Yes, desert crab. Ripley,
Yeah.
why don't you roll for history check, by the way? Can Kenneth continue?
Yeah. I was about to say. History. I'm really stupid, so.
Yeah, you min-max.
That's a
You min-max.
6.
A 6. You haven't heard of, even as a sort of a oceanologist as yourself, you've never heard of these desert crabs.
They're desert crabs, so.
I
And
know,
live in
I know,
the
you-
desert?
I know, but you've but I thought this would be a nice gift for you.
Oh, well, thank you. And I'm going to put it around Pathfinder. And he's gonna have
Yeah.
a desert crab necklace with his little tank.
I love it. All right, let me remove that from my inventory.
Why don't you add an platinum coin to your item sheet too,
Here, item.
and then give it the description has a V on both sides.
So
All
it
right.
says I would be giving it to Desmaya. Should I just give it to Test Dummy,
Um,
or should I just delete it?
just
Don't let
delete it.
go.
Just delete it. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm adding.
Just
Yeah.
create a dummy item, and just say platinum coin with a V on both sides.
How do I add?
So you go to inventory, or actually, yeah, you go to inventory, and then you go down to the bottom, and you go to add at loot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Hulu.
Just a
Edit,
platinum coin.
I'm gonna do rare. I'm gonna say use right.
Well, it's getting pretty late and morning is about to approach, so we're going to continue our journey to Cradle Bay, but it was nice meeting you and I hope to see you in the future.
Yes.
I hope you actually give Venosrata a chance.
I will.
And if you ever find yourself in Cradle Bay, We'll probably be there for a good month or so. So,
Awesome.
stop on by if you're ever in town, and we can get a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Oh boy. I'm
And
gonna
then
give
right-
a big smile over.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right
gonna give a big
before, right before we leave, I'm going to take your hand and be like, remember, animals are always our companions and ecosystems are to be protected. And then we're gonna go. Me and Vasha are gonna stealth away.
Animals are friends, not food.
This is real crunchy of us. Real granola.
Kenneth, you see Ripley and Pathfinder and Vasha head off into the night as you realize just how tired you are, as you've not gotten a full night's rest yet. Was there anything you'd like to do? Is there anything else you'd like to do at night before you head back to the camp where your sleeping friends await you?
I will actually. I'm gonna cut off a couple of the talons of the big vultures. I know that I can use that. I can grind them up to a powder and use that for medicinals. So
Okay.
I will keep some powder. And then I'm just gonna kind of sigh, scratch my, rub my sore wounds and think that blue lady was very pretty. And just walk on back.
All right. Why don't you add some powdered talons as items to your loot sheet?
Dealio. That in consumables. Actually, yeah, I'll do that in consumables. Because that's where I have some of my weird stuff.
You make it back, sort of a lot more tired than usual, a little bruised, but because of the octopus medicinal healing, you feel, there's no bleeding or any open wounds. You make your way back to the camp where your friends have been sleeping, and you kind of stealthily move in. And you come back, and you make sure to come back through the way that you left as Vitalium. Or why don't you roll stealth? See if Vitalium notices you as you come back.
$13.
13. Troy, are you listening to me? No, he's got his headphones on. Vitalium is too engrossed in his thinking as you kind of walk by, and he doesn't even really notice. His fogged over sentry look, scary and stoic as it is, doesn't catch your gaze as you find yourself slipping into your sleeping bag once more.
Oh.
And you let out a long breath and fall asleep. And that's where we will conclude the Kenneth one-shot.
I'll just give myself a quick long rest.
Yeah. Kenneth appears half HP at the next session. Even though this was kind of like 2 sessions ago, but not 1.
Yeah, I was fighting them demons in my sleep.
I thought it was kind of cool because I don't know if you were doing it on purpose, but you were role-playing the night that session when you woke up as you were tired. I don't know if you had the foresight to envision this, but I thought it was kind of cool that now it works out canonically that you were tired in the session and you were yawning, but now I thought that was cool.
Totally not that intentional. The intent of just Kenneth being a slightly post-adolescent human himself. So he's just growing still, and is experiencing exhaustion from shooting up an inch potentially just overnight. There will be probably sessions. Desmaya, here's the tea, I guess. There'll be sessions where just Kenneth will wake up and, are you taller? He'll be like, oh, yes I am. No. Yeah, he was just tired. But this definitely explains why. Not just growing pains, also literal pain. But this was awesome. I love it. And there's a whole bunch of people who love nature out there, which is sweet.
Yes. Thanks for playing. I thought your role play was perfection as well. Glad we got to run the Kenneth one shot.
This was fun. I was glad we had company. I know Steven couldn't quite be there, but it really was. Owen,
Steven was there in spirit.
he tried so hard.
It was really fun making the character because I got so invested. I'm now like kind of sad I won't get to play anymore.
I have a nagging suspicion. I mean, knowing this campaign, we have a whole bunch of things going on, but I feel like these characters will come back at some point.
Yeah, but I don't know if I'd play her because I'd be playing Dismayo.
Yeah.
Whatever the world holds. Maybe.
I was gonna say the thought of playing something new. I mean, I've totally thought about it. I was like, what if I just like showed up like next session as like a total edgelord, and I was like, he's Kenneth gone.
Kenneth is dead.
Rip. So, well, this is wonderful. I'm gonna be playing League with Aiden after this, after I grab some dinner. But
Alrighty. Well, let's say goodbye to the stream. Thank you so much
shit.
for all that who will tune in or who have tuned in. It was a pleasure having you.
Bye,
Tune in next
stream.
week for the Varum Chronicles continued. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye, Steve. Bye, Steve.
All right.